Hello everybody, and welcome to another Grixis cube draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I want to remind you that if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out a ton and lets me know that you want to see more content like this in the future. Also, leave a comment if you have any questions at all, and subscribe to the channel to join our community and get updates when I post future content by clicking that little bell icon. But without further ado, let's dive into the pack. I think I'm leaning towards Experimental Frenzy as just a very powerful, aggressive card if I have a low curve. I think the low curve decks are very premium in this cube because a lot of people are trying to do super dirtily slow things with artifacts or storming off or playing with their Ulamogs or NicolaiBolases, and you can just really get them with your aggressive strategies. There are some neat storm payoffs here. I'm going to have to force storm at least once maybe, but not today. I don't think taking the storm payoff is the best way to start anyway. Demonic Tutor is just a little bit slow for the cube, I think. I kind of just want to try the Experimental Frenzy. Experimental Frenzy is also super fun to play with, so we'll start off with a Frenzy and follow it up with Frenzy 2.0. Bolas' Citadel, no. Don't think Wasteland's very good, having messed up with it a ton of times. I kind of just want to take Burst Lightning as a kind of just cheap interaction spell. Young Pyromancer's fine as well, but I'm not sure how many instants and sorceries you can get. So I think I'd rather just take the cheap shock replacement level, get those cheap cards, because the cheap cards are really where you want to be in this format, I think. Turnabout, another Stormish card. NicolaiBolas is a fun one. It hurts me as NicolaiBolas to pass NicolaiBolas, but we're just going to take the Burst Lightning. Works. We want to keep cheap cards also to work with Frenzy. And now there is a Goblin Bombardment. We could start branching into a second color by taking something like Chupacabra. Hydroblast is interesting because you can counter, normally it's not a main deck card, but in this type of format maybe it is, because you could just, there's only a third as many, there's 3 colors instead of 5. I think Chupacabra is the best card in this pack. Engineer is not really inspiring. Bedevil, not necessarily really where I want to be. So yeah, I think Chups is fine, and then we'll probably wheel the Bombardment. Wheel of Fortune A. There's a Scrappy. There's a Cut to Ribbons. Metalworker. Wheel is really a fun one, but I think we're just going to take the Scrap Heap Scrounger, get a cheap creature, take it over Cut to Ribbons. This card being easy to cast is another big benefit. There is a Rixmati Reveler. Maybe we can take Rixmati and then wheel Scrap Heap. Rixmati does work well with Frenzy. Not really, never mind. That doesn't make sense. Let's just... I kind of just want to take Rixmati because I can play this in a red deck. I don't really want to play Scrap Heap unless I'm black, and I'm not sure on my second color yet. And I could take Runaway Steamkin now. That's another sweet combo with Frenzy. There's Lightning Mauler, but I think Steamkin makes a lot of sense here. I'm looking to be a very heavy red deck, and yeah, hyped to get a Steamkin. We are going to be trophy hunting this draft, but if you don't know what that means, it means if I lose a match, I'm just going to end the draft and then try again later maybe. But it should make it more exciting / I don't know, I just kind of wanted to try that out. Fire Blast, now that's a nice aggressive card. And I don't think we want to go for these other cards, so let's just take it. Should be good. We're kind of committing ourselves to a mono red deck here, and I don't mind it. If we got a Dragon Skull Summit, we could maybe just play one of those to maybe splash the Rixmati Reveler activation part. But overall, I'm very happy with the direction this deck is taking so far. 5 cards of a very premium red deck here. There's a Simian Spirit Guide in case we wanted to ramp out an early Frenzy. What else would we even take here? We could take a Gitaxian Probe. The Gitaxian Probe doesn't actually sound that bad. If we do wheel that Young Pyromancer, it could work nicely with that. I think it's probably better than the Spirit Guide. Yeah, let's take the Git Probe. And now there's a Sulfuric Vortex. I think that's going to be better than Pyromancer. Vortex is just really hard to deal with because Grixis colors can't kill enchantments, and this can just win you the game on its own against certain decks, so we'll just take the Vortex over Lava Claw and Pyromancer. Pyromancer is just a pretty low-powered card overall. Devastating Summons. Could be a fine late-game top deck. We'll take it over Magus of the Wheel and consider it. This is the part where we see whether Young Peasy wheels. He would actually be good in our deck, or she, I forget. Whether Young Peasy is a guy or a girl. Young Peasy is Young Pyromancer. I think it's a gal. A girl. Huh. Well, I think it was the next pack. We see a Rekindling Phoenix. We'll take that, I guess. Over Fumarole. Phoenix doesn't seem insane to me, but, I mean, it's just a good card, generally, so. Maybe the PZ was in the next pack, but I think it's probably gone. Because PZ's just a solid enough cube card. I'm going to be pretty happy with my Burst Lightning, though. Now I would probably play Simian Spirit Guide, though I'm not sure whether that would be correct. There was just a massive boom outside. I'm going to take this Bombardment. Ooh, Scrap Heap came back. Nice. I'm just going to look outside for a second. I'll let it auto-pick my last two picks, because I need to make sure nothing is burning down. Whew. I'm back. Matter Reshaper, sure. Okay. Yeah, nothing's breaking or anything, so that's good. There's a Risk Factor. Kind of a non-bo with Experimental Frenzy, but definitely a card I could play. There is a Reckless Bushwhacker, and then there's nothing else. Just want to take the Risk Factor here. Bushwhacker's solid enough, but I think Risk Factor is going to be a little bit better. And in my mono red deck, oh my gosh, this is so tricky. There is Chandra, which should be good. Like, I can't see a world where this isn't good. There's Sulphurous Springs to help splash Scrap Heap. There's a Hell Rider. I think I'm just going to take the Hell Rider. It's just so good. There's also Light Up the Stage. Then we'll try to wheel Sulphurous or Chandra. Goblin Rabblemaster is quite good. Crater Maker's a fine 2-drop, but I think Rabblemaster is just a little bit better and can kind of take over the game on his own. So we'll take that, and then hope to get some cheap plays. Monastery Swiftspear is going to be the pick. We just need any 1-drops at all, and this works well with our Gitaxian Probe, our Burst Lightning, our Risk Factor, our Fire Blast, so pretty easy Swiftspear here. Mizium Mortars is a removal spell. Huh. Okay. Not really what I'm interested in. Dark Confidant, I'm not that color. I'm just going to take the Mizium Mortars. Just a little bit of interaction. We're not going to play the Gargadon. We might not even play Phoenix. This deck is looking good to me so far. Eidolon, that's a good pickup. Now that is a nice little pickup for our deck. It's the only card that we're even remotely considering in this pack too, but Eidolon is good. Nice little payoff for our mono red goodness. Now there is a Zergo. We do really need those 1-drops, as I was saying, and this is a good one. We now have 2 1-drops, which is quite nice. Bedlam Reveler, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just going to take the Zergo here. Pretty nice pickup. I love Zergo. Zergo was one of the first rares I ever opened in a prize pack. So, good memories of Zergo. The old Zergo. Yeah, this deck is looking pretty good so far. We took the Rabblemaster over a 2-drop, and then we got a couple more 2s. We got an Eidolon, got Zergo, got Swiftspear, so I'm liking where we're at. We're going to sort our creatures separately from our non-creatures so we can maybe get a sense of our creature curve. Oh, Chandra, Pia and Kiran Nelar. This guy is pretty good. There's also Heart of Kiran, which we're never going to be able to crew. I guess we have the Scrap Heap Scrounger to crew it. There's a Rishadan port, but I think we just want all red lands, probably. Maybe Rishadan's okay. Let's just take the PN Quran. I think our 4-drops are fine, but we might not want to run all of them, so we'll have to adjust them for the matchups that we end up in. Like, we have 4 4-drops, and they're all pretty good. Hey, Bushwhacker came back. That's a good one. Nice little addition to the team. Works really well with Pia and Quran. Pia and Quran. Ooh, Sulfur Springs and Light Up the Stage came back. I think we got to take Sulfur Springs, just because activating Scrap Heap Scrounger is quite good. Getting the trigger on Rixamati could be quite good. And Light Up the Stage is okay, but not insane in our deck. We have some more expensive cards, or cards we don't really want to flip, like Fire Blast. And we already have enough playables. Crater Maker came back. That's perfect. I was actually really hoping that did come back. You can actually just kill artifacts, too, which is really relevant in this cube. You can kill Ugin. Don't really want Trash for treasure. We don't really want Carrion Feeder anyway, so I guess we'll just snipe a Trash for treasure. Goblins generally have 2 possessions, 1 per hand. Okay, that's actually really funny. That is some quality flavor text. Wow, this is a late Dark Confidant. That should not be here. The aggressive decks are pretty good in this set, and Dark Confidant's really good in aggressive decks. We have a nutty red aggro deck right now. Not sure if we want Phoenix or Pia and Quran, but we definitely want this Hell Rider. We'll make our stuff uncounterable in the right matchup, sure. Weird artwork. I'm not sure we want the Phoenix. And we might not end up playing Jataxian Probe, just because seeing their hand is not inherently that valuable. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is a really interesting pick. We have Abbott, Earthshaker, Forked Bolt. I think Earthshaker is the best pick out of this pack. Giving stuff unblockable is really good. Abbott's probably going to wheel. Forked Bolt's probably going to wheel. And Earthshaker also gives you a nice late game engine. Yeah, I'm going to take the Kenra. I love Kenra. It's so good. So, powerful. I'm not going to say broken. It's just a very good card. And now Hazaret and Chain Whirler. Oh my gosh! Oh man, that's really a tricky pick. Oh, this is a tricky one. This is so hard. Hazaret's a little bit harder to use than it is in standard, but it's still a very good card. I think we're going to take the Chain Whirler because we are a mono red deck. Hazaret might wheel, but Chain Whirler is just going to be a beast in this deck. And we already have a lot of 4-drops. Now we get another 1-drop, just what we need. I wouldn't mind playing Walking Ballista maybe in this deck, but more 1-drops is always useful. Okay, so we have a very good mono red deck. We don't want Sweltering Suns. We don't want Pyroblast, I don't think. Though, yeah, I don't think we want that. We don't want Slavering Nulls. We'll just take the Chandra. Chandra's really good. We do have a lot of 4-drops now. We might not be able to play some of them. Or we'll just play them and accept that they're not going to be insane. Like Pia and Kiran Nalar might get axed. I think this is our worst 4-drop. We don't want more than 4 of them, I don't think. Oh, this is so tricky. We're going to keep it in for now, of course. We don't want Goblin Bombardment. That's more of a black-red sacrifice card, I think. There's an Arc Trail, just decent removal, works with our Prowess guy. And there's not much else for us, so we'll just... Ooh, never mind, there's Smuggler's Copter. Smuggler's Copter's absurd. Yeah, we're just going to jam that one over Arc Trail every day at 100%. Arc Trail's fine, but Smuggler's Copter can just lead to like really good draws every time. Very consistent, gives your creatures haste, essentially. Oh yeah, definitely happy to see a Smuggler's Copter. I can't believe I almost passed it up. That card is insane. That card is so good that like I almost think that it should be like first picked out of like almost every pack. Ooh, Legion Warboss. This card's also great. Also great. I wouldn't mind a creature land, but with Goblin Chain Whirler, creature lands get worse anyway. And Legion Warboss is excellent. We now have both Wereapple Master and Warboss as kind of like cards that can take over by themselves. Hazaret hopefully wheels. We're going to cut the PN Karan Nilar. We're not going to play that. Chandra's just a little bit better. It was funny. I was when I was playing Standard with Chandra, it was always like, what can I use in my red deck to beat Approach of the Second Sun Control? And the answer was always, if you resolve Chandra, you just kind of go to town. Okay, another 1-drop is excellent. Sure, I might like a Ramanap Ruins here, but just getting those turn 1 plays is so important. Scarab God is in this cube. Oh my gosh. Regret. I wish I was playing Scarab God. I think we might cut Rekindling Phoenix too. We could consider cutting Risk Factor. That's just a little bit too slow. And a Nanba with our Frenzy. Oh man, the looting on Copter is really good. We're going to cut Mizium Mortars too, I think. There's a Chandra Acolyte of Flame. I don't think we'll play that. Do we want to just take Blink Moth? Probably not. We'll probably just take the Chandra anyway. There's also a Seething Song to like ramp out something crazy. Then Blink Moth. No, we're just going to take Chandra. We're going to play all mountains in this deck. Because we want to be able to play Chain Whirler every time when we have 3 lands. Probably going to run 17 mountains. We're going to 16 mountains plus this. So we can afford to add a couple more cards in. Fork Bolt came back. Molten Slag Heap. Yeah, we're not going to play that. We're just going to play Fork Bolt. Hazaret was in this pack, I think. We'll see if it is still in this pack. This is kind of like a 2-drop, but you kind of play it on turn 3. Fire Ice, sure, we'll take Fire. We're not going to play that, though. Do we want to just take the Factory? No, we just want to play the mountains, as I was saying. We'll take Fire Ice and play it in the board. Fire can be really good in the right matchup. I don't think Hazaret's coming back. Sad day, but we do still have a bunch of good stuff. Wow, how is Time Warp still in the pack? Time Warp is really good. You just need like any recurring value engine in play, and then you play Time Warp and just wreck people. Anti-graveyard card. We'll just take the 2-drop. I don't know. And none of these matter. Okay. We're going to be in a good spot. I'm liking our position. Huh. Well, we have access to Mutavault if we want it. Whoa-ho-ho! Last pick Ramanap Ruins. That's insane. No respect. Okay, so we have 2 lands. We can add 1 card here. I think we do want to run 17 with this curve. And we have Rix / Smuggler Cop to get rid of extra lands, and Earthstriker Kenner as a mana sink. This is a consideration. This is a consideration. This is a consideration. Slavering Knolls definitely no. Consideration. Consideration. So I don't think we're playing Fire Ice. It's just a little bit too slow. Not as good. Don't really want Mizium Mortars. So we're going to run one of these cards. Kind of like running the Risk Factor. It gives me another mana sink, kind of. And it's just a cheaper play. Then we can side in Phoenix, but yeah, this seems good to me. Sort by color. Add 15 lands. Save the deck. It seems quite good to me, and let's see how it does in the round 1. Remember, we are trophy hunting here, so if we lose this one, we're done. But we have won the die roll, which is always a good start, and we have a fantastic hand. Turn 1 Stormkirk Noble can really run away with the game. Smuggler's Copter is one of our best 2-drops. And we are going to just hope to run our opponent over. We have a Chandra if they're control, a Hellrider if we can just rush them down. They're just cantripping. Oh my gosh. This is one of the most disgusting curve outs I've ever had in Limited. A 1-drop that snowballs into Smuggler's Copter, which is a 2-mana 3/3, essentially. Legion's War Boss to crew the Smuggler's Copter and get another token. Then we can loot away Chandra, get our Hellrider into play. Oh my gosh. Opponent, opponent, opponent. You are so dead. They just concede. They cannot win. Okay, so in the mono-red matchup, they can't really deal with Phoenix. We might want more defense. But yeah, the fact that they can't deal with Phoenix is kind of a big deal. Our Forked Bolt and Burst Lightning are going to be great. Okay. Chandra's a little bit worse, but still good. I think we're going to cut Fire Blast because they look like a mono-red deck. Even though it gives you some nice speed, I think playing Pia and Kiran Nailar is going to be better. On the draw, in particular. Maybe we should have cut Sulfuric Vortex. Yeah, we definitely should have. We don't have to play the Vortex. It looks like our deck is a faster version of whatever they're doing. No block, nice. We'll get the Steamkin into play. That guy will start to grow. We'll definitely cut the Vortex next game. That was poor thinking. Poor thinking indeed. Oh dear, that's bad. We're just going to play this. It's not great. It's actually kind of bad, but I think we had to get something into play. I wish we'd sided this out for any good 4-drop. And I can't attack back because of Mishra's Factory. And then we'll risk factor them. This is really rough. We need to get rid of our Eidolon and our Sulfuric Vortex. Well, Eidolon on the draw should have been gone. Wow, they kept in Sulfuric Vortex. That's really odd. So we take 2 here, and they'll take 4. Or they just let us draw? What the heck? That is insane. We're just going to try and kill this. They can animate Mishra's Factory, attack us, but that'll put us down to 2. Oh, right. They can block. No, I'm so bad. I was thinking about that last turn, and then I just whiffed on it this turn. Well, that was incredibly bad. Yep, we punted this game. We deserve to lose. We should not have attacked. They would be at 12. We'd have 2 guys back. It would have been sketchy either way. But if we had sideboarded properly, we would have been in better shape. Not pleased with how I played this game. Yeah, we're just dead. Oh my gosh. So we're going to cut Eidolon. We're going to cut Sulfuric Vortex. And we're going to bring in, back in Fire Blast, bring in this. Maybe on the play we want Eidolon over Frenzy. No, it's easier to use Frenzy on the play. Let's just try it like this. Risk factor is better in a controlling matchup. We need to affect the board. We'll mulligan. This is a much better hand. We'll put the Fire Blast on the bottom. Unfortunately, we need lands and also kind of need cheap plays, but we can't go to 5. We just have to hope we get to 4 lands and that our 4-drops can stabilize us. Okay. Or that Stormkirk Noble can just become like a 10-10 and win us the game. Step 1 accomplished. Drawing a land. If we can draw a 3-drop like a Rabblemaster or a Legion War Boss this turn, we're going to be in great shape. Can't be blocked by humans, so they might as well just attack us. Okay. So we hit our lands, which is the key. So we have a lot of really powerful plays now. This next turn we'll probably start with Pier and Karen Nilar to stabilize us. I hope they play something really dumb like a Sulfuric Vortex, because they didn't side it out either. They probably were like, oh, maybe my opponent's not as aggressive as I think they are. Okay. If they attack us, we can just play Hellrider, but I think getting the P and Karen Nilar into play is probably for the best, because then the Hellrider does better next turn. Because the token's attacking triggers our Hellrider, and yep, should be good. We have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage if they just attack us and don't play a defensive tool this turn. I'm actually afraid of Pyroclasm in a way. We'll definitely just take 2 here. Looks like they have Pyroclasm. Maybe. Maybe not. Hazoret. Okay. Well, this should be lethal. Play Hellrider. Boom! And we get the W. So we played game 2 incredibly badly, mostly with our sideboarding decisions. But I think so. If they block this thing, they block the 4. They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we can fork bolt their Ash Zealot, and then they're in really bad shape. But yeah, that is going to do it for round 1, and I hope you'll stay with me for round 2. We're back for round 2. We lost the die roll, but we will keep this hand for sure. We have 2-drop into 3-drop. We have Rick's Monty to get rid of extra lands, risk factor in case we flood out. And we don't have a 1-drop, but we could still draw one. We have okay odds of drawing one. We're against a blue deck. That should be a good matchup. And a 1-drop was the absolute perfect draw. Really, any 1-drop would do there. Okay, Glint Nest Crane is going to hold down the fort for a time. Lion's Eye Diamond, what shenanigans are they up to? So they're storm comboing probably. We are going to discard our risk factor. Seems reasonable. We can always discard another land to cast risk factor. I don't think we're going to ever be casting risk factor twice. And they're missing a land drop, so that's good for us. Man, we could have had the ultimate dream of discarding our Stormkirk Noble. As it is, we're just going to attack. They'll block. We'll play our Goblin Chain Whirler and then hope that they don't have a counterspell. Oh, that is so dead. Okay, Worn Power Stone's actually dead. We could have risk factored, but we need to get rid of their mana. It's just too terrifying. They would have had 5 mana next turn. This delays them like an entire turn. Jace. Ah, Jace, baby. Ah, Jace. I think we just go face. Letting them untap with a Jace seems really risky, but we can also just put them to like 5. Oh. See what they do here. That was a really good draw. Good job, Bushwhacker. All creatures at D-Tartif. Get him. Okay. So they're an artifact control deck. Do we have any anti-artifact cards? No, we do not. Phoenix isn't good because they have Jace to bounce it, which is just a really good tempo play for them. P and Carendalar is interesting. I think we're just going to run it back, though. This deck configuration seems optimal. If we get Sulfuric Vortex into play. We don't know what their ramp payoff is for all their artifacts. I would have really liked a extra way to kill artifacts in this deck, but we don't really have any, but they have a relatively slow deck, so we should be in good shape. They'll probably improve a lot more than we did post-board because they'll be able to quicken up their deck. But we have an excellent hand. We just have to kind of rely on not drawing too many lands here, but 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop should be a pretty good situation. We had to not get wrecked by Mishra's Factory again, the way we did last time. Next turn, we can go for the attack with Zergo. and then Chain Whirler their land, which would be really huge. Okay. Now that is a heck of a draw. Rabble Master's a house. That and Legion Loyalists are such good turn 3 plays. So opponent has 6 mana. Oh gosh, they are ramping up a storm here. So their lands are not super relevant. We're just going to play our Chandra here. Not going to attack. We just have to hope they don't have Ulamog or a way to kill our Chandra. We're not going to suicide into a Mishra's Factory. Oh god. This is far from ideal. Okay. Oh no! Burst Lightning is so bad! Oh gosh, because now they can kill our Chandra. Before they couldn't do anything. Gosh, that's so bad. Because now they can Burst Lightning Chandra. Minus on Steamkin. Oh, they didn't screw it up. Oh no, they can use Steamkin mana to play Chain Whirler. And then kill the... Alright, opponent. Burst Lightning was a fantastic draw. We would have been in good shape had it not been for the Burst Lightning. Because then Chandra wouldn't have been able to die. Oh, they have Mindsaver Lock. That's so dumb. That Burst Lightning screwed us. If we hadn't drawn Burst Lightning, we would have been fine. Our biggest answer to their Mindsaver Lock is just Sulfuric Vortex, just winning us the game. Yeah, we're just going to concede here. Okay, on the play again. We could play Gitaxian Probe. We definitely don't want to play Gargadon, because then they can sack all of our stuff. Doesn't look like they have any interaction for... Oh no, they have the Jace. Let's just run it like this. See how it does. It's the most aggressive configuration, and we don't want to give them ways to just abuse us with a Mindslaver. I wish we had one Manic Vandal. That'd be a really good way to punish them for their slower, like, artifact ramping shenanigans. But you can't always get exactly the cards you need. You gotta work with what you got sometimes. You gotta work with what you got sometimes. You gotta work with what you got sometimes. Kinda catchy. But yeah, I don't think we want a bombardment, because then they could just sack our whole board. Mizium Mortars, no, they don't really have any creatures. Let's just try to get the W. Summons is also really bad because they'll just sack our lands. And then bounce it with Jace or something. I would consider Mutavault, but we again have the Chain Whirler. Okay, let's have a good hand here. Oh my gosh, we have a God tier hand! Oh my gosh, this guy can't beat turn 1 Stormkirk Noble, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, he's so screwed. He's like a mono blue deck, basically. Gosh, that's so good. Stormkirk's gonna run away with this game. Unless they play turn 1 Mishra's Fact. Oh yeah, this game is over. We're gonna play our Rixmati Reveler this turn and discard. We actually do have Artifact Hate in terms of Goblin Crater Maker. We are going to discard a... probably a Kenra. Okay. So they countered it instead of destroying our Stormkirk Noble. Okay, we really want to draw a land. Swift Spear. Attack. This smells like a Jace to me. But if they Jace minus to bounce this guy, we kill the Jace. So what we really need is a land so we can play Crater Maker to stop the Mishra's Factory. Ichor Wellspring, sure. They're looking for a land. They hit Tolarian Academy. Gosh darn it. Land me. There we go. Okay. Kill it. 2 damage. So they have 1, 2, 3 mana. 4 mana. 5 mana. Tezzeret. Yikes. Okay, we need a land. Land me. Hellrider would be so good here. It'd be maybe even close to lethal. Oh, they have Metalworker. Oh, goodness. Oh, no, Basalt Monolith. Okay. Land me. Oh, that's a really good land to draw, too. We're going to kill the Tezzeret. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, it's just lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whew, I'm glad I double-checked that. Boom! Almost attacked the Tezzeret. That would have been really bad. But we got the win. We're on to the finals with our trophy hunting deck, and let's see how it does. Hello and welcome back. We lost the die roll, but we're keeping this hand. It's a fantastic hand. It's got a Legion Warboss. It's got Sulfuric. We got Risk Factor. We have a 1-drop. Oh, man. The trophy is so close. I can almost taste the trophy. Just have to play tight. Play well. This cube brings out the worst in my play abilities. Oh, gosh. They're playing top. That's funny. Top is not a very good card in Limited, generally. In a general sense. They probably have some shenanigans, though. They're in the finals, I think. I don't know how the matchups work exactly. Maybe it doesn't match you up against someone in the finals. But if they don't hit a land here, it means they don't have another land to play. They're topping on their upkeep, which leads me to think that they might not have a second land, which would be really funny. Oh, they hit a land. Gosh darn it. Okay. For some reason, I thought that was Temple Shrine. And I was like, why is Temple Shrine in the cube? We're just going to jam Sulfuric Vortex on turn 3, potentially, I think. Looks like they might be up to some shenanigans. This card does do a lot of damage. Oh gosh, they need a third land too. Or we could just play Legion Warboss, hit them for 1 with our token. Legion Warboss actually is better. It's more of a snowbally card. Sulfuric is more of a finisher card. I need to make sure I take time for my decisions because I was watching back my games. I'll post that video at some point. I was watching back my games from yesterday, and I was playing very badly. Like, I was watching it, I was like, wow, if I was commentating this match, it would be not a pretty sight. So they hit another land. Okay, I sack a creature. This is good for me. Warboss. Warboss into Chandra. Oh my gosh. I'm getting like super hyped because my deck is so good. Gosh. Okay. Okay. We're in good shape. They have a Sensei's Divining Top in hand as one of their cards. We're about to deploy a Chandra. And in the following turn, we can even plus Chandra for mana to cast Risk Factor twice. Oh man. This is not a good sight for them. They're like, oh gosh. Okay, they took Sulfuric Vortex. Interesting. Taking Risk Factor does nothing. I would have thought they'd take Chandra, because Chandra's like better Sulfuric Vortex, because it only targets them. They've been struggling to hit their land drops, it looks like. Nope, I cannot play it. Okay, opponent, what are you up to? What are you up to? They concede. Okay. So they're a black. They're a Grixis deck. They have all 3 colors. They're trying to play a Grixis value game. That's kind of our specialty, is destroying Grixis value, because they won't have time to get their value online, and they don't have any early defense, really. So, do we want Phoenix or Pia and Karan Nilar? Probably not. Those are more grindy, slow cards, and we just want all the aggro we can muster here. Hellrider is just MVP. If you've never played with this card just does so much damage. It's just not even funny. It's just damage, 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 damage. Oh my gosh, this hand is god tier. Let's go. Oh man, I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped, super hyped. We'll keep it. We can even on turn 4 maybe go Kenra and Bushwhacker. Top. Oh my gosh, opponent. Top is one of those cards that's just miserable to play against. It's just so slow. So hopefully we'd find one thing to play before turn 4 so we can go Kenra plus Bushwhacker, because that's a lot of haste damage my opponent won't know about. Though, actually, we can play Kenra on turn 2, and then this will gain haste from the Bushwhacker. That actually sounds way better. Okay, give me a 3-drop. Oh gosh, that's so good. We'll play Eidolon. Should have played that post-combat, but they have only colorless mana. They can't really do much. Next turn I can play Kenra. And then the turn after that I can play Cratermaker into Bushwhacker. Hit them for 1,000,000. Playing the Kenra with the Bushwhacker doesn't make much sense because this thing gives haste, so you want to make use of that to get maximum damage in. This thing's going to do 6 damage to me, but if it does like 2 damage to my opponent, that's probably still worth it for me. Let's see what they go with. Okay. Sure. Let's get rid of Kenra. Maybe we do want Mizium Mortars after all. We're going to attack. We'll 2-for-1 ourselves to kill the NicolaiBolas. Okay, we killed the NicolaiBolas. Mission accomplished. Now, next turn, we can Rix Modi into Reckless Bushwhacker. Okay, change of plan. We're going to try and use Rix Modi to draw 3 cards. Okay. So they got some decent value out of that. But if we can get our Rix Modi Reveler to flip, we're going to be in fine shape. They should have something to play here, though. Knight of the Ebon Legion. They cannot pump it right now. Okay, now they can. Okay, this is going to be good for us. They're going to pump this to get plus... Oh, it's +3/+3. Oh, no. So they'll block, give +3/+3. Huh. If we draw 2 lands, we can play... Well, even if we draw 1 land, we can just play Reveler to draw a card, because you don't have to discard a card if you're empty-handed. And then eventually we're going to get this Earthshaker Kenra back. Okay, so they draw another land. And they're at a functional 8 because this Ramanap's eventually going to turn on. If we draw Chandra, we are in fantastic shape. Oh dear. Whoa, that is kind of insane to me. So they just killed everything. Then they top. And then we can maybe just hit him with Kenra. Sure. No! Return is so relevant here. Oh, gosh. Ouch. Oh, that's so bad for us. We're not out of it yet. We could still draw Chandra of our own, maybe. No, but this Chandra can kill our Chandra. Yeah, that'll do it for our deck. Okay, game 3. So there's a Rekindling Phoenix, which could be good. It seems relatively good. I think we want Mizium Mortars. And what don't we want? Fork Bolt doesn't seem like it kills anything. And maybe we don't want... What did I add? I added Mizium Mortars. And I added Phoenix. Let's just keep the Phoenix in the board. Let's just add Mizium Mortars. Okay, this is a great hand. We'll see how it does. Got haste into haste. We'll have him at 16 by turn 2. It's definitely a keep. If they stumble even a little, you can really get them. Okay, that was a fantastic draw. We're going to Kenra them. Then next turn we will Crater Maker their Ebon Legion Knight. Presumably. Risk Factor is going to do such good work this game. We're actually fine if they trade it for Earthshaker Kenra. Oh, man. Wow. So they'll just take the hit here. And then next turn we can play Crater Maker. So they get to stop the 1 damage, but I get my Legion guy into play. And they take 3. If they want to eat this, they can't trade. And next turn we can play Crater Maker. They'll have to pump in response. And they actually have to pump this turn or they're dead. Pretty much is what it feels like. Vampire Nighthawk. Now that is tricky. Huh. So we want to still block here. Then we'll finish this off. No, we'll just keep our Legion War Boss intact for now. This seems fine to me. Get an extra point of damage in with our Swift Spear. If they ever attack with Vampire Nighthawk, they're in real trouble. And now they might just have to let us draw 3. See what we draw. Well, that's a heck of a card. Play Crater Maker. We can potentially just shock whatever they actually block. Like with our kill our own creature. So if we shock the Knight of the Ebon Legion, sacrifice Kenra. I think sacrificing Kenra is basically a given here. Because then next turn we can bring it back. If we attack, shock Knight of the Ebon Legion, let's just say they block here. They're basically dead. So we can attack with all of these, buff up our Swifty. No, buff up our Goblin. Say they block here, then they would take 3. If we attack like this, buff up Swift Spear, flashback risk, no, they... Let's just attack like this. And then we can use Crater Maker to kill Nighthawk. Kill Nighthawk. If I draw land, I can play Kenra. They have 3 cards in hand. Rabblemaster forcing this to attack is kind of bad. Gosh. Okay, that card is basically a blank. Okay. Hopefully we draw land. I think we just win if we draw land. Oh, Sulfuric Vortex. Well, that's a heck of a draw. We're gonna hold up Ramunap Ruins, make them jump block with something. Definitely gonna deal damage like that. Vortex is just a very reliable way to win here. They can't counter it really, because they have no mana. Boom! Let's go. We're back on that trophy hype grind. We are right here near the top. yeah, if you did make it all the way till the end of the video, leave a hashtag mono red victory in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. Remember that if you enjoy this type of content, to hit that thumbs up button. I cannot emphasize how much that helps me out. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to join the community we have here on YouTube, and hit that bell to get notifications when I post future videos. If you would like to give back to the channel, you can do so by using the affiliate link in the description down below and in the pinned comment. It is a link to TCG Player's store, and if you use that link when you buy cards, it gives me some of the proceeds. It's the same low cards at the same low prices. That's the site that I personally use, and that's why I sought out an affiliate link from them, because I use them myself, because I found their prices to be the lowest and them to have good customer service. So I recommend it, and if you're going to buy cards, you might as well support the channel at the same time. If you'd like to give back to the channel directly, you can do so via the Patreon. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas is the place you can go. There is a link to that in the description and in the pinned comment as well, and it really does help me out a ton. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I do want to take one final moment to give a shout out to all of my patrons, especially those that support at the credits level. I really do appreciate all patrons, and your support means a lot. Thank you so much to all my patrons. Thank you so much to all of you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.